want to kiss you on the mouth?
I have no idea. You have to ask him that.
Dude, Brady.
Yes. Hello. Am I doing introduction?
I do want to kiss Eric on the mouth. There's Eric.
That's a good way
I'd do it. I'd kiss him on the mouth. Why not?
I would kiss just about everyone here on the mouth.
Oh, yeah?
So if we want to turn this podcast into that kind of podcast.
Who would you kiss on the mouth?
we can.
Yeah, everyone. I'd kiss anyone on the mouth. George?
He's done it to me before,
Look
it's
at
true.
this, look at George's Movember. We're the 14th of November, and look how awesome it looks.
This is the only time of the year that my mustache even approaches the awesomosity of Shaun's mustache.
Oh, you look like Hulkster, kind of like Brown Hulk.
Brown Hulk.
Brown Hulk. Oh yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's good. Brown Hulk. I'll remember that.
So you've got George from Toronto Thumbs.
It's me.
Brady from
Till Doomsday. Yes.
Brady interviews a lot of people who write about video games.
I do.
Or talk about video games. And then he also posts his own stuff too.
Yes.
He's like super, I guess, super active, I would say.
Active in what?
In what? Sexual.
I go to the gym a lot. Yeah.
Sexually active.
I go spinning. Yeah.
And then we've got Eric from Comics and Gaming Monthly. I don't know what else
Smile.
he does.
Mostly that.
Someone's camera.
Some play Till Doomsday as
You
well.
look how camera shy he is. The record light's not even on.
Is it? I don't know.
It's recording though.
But what should I be looking
Eric,
for?
introduce yourself.
My name is Eric. Eric Weiss. I write for Comics and Gaming Monthly, and also some for Play Till Doomsday. And I tend to talk fast, so.
You tend to talk fast? What did you say about Play Till Doomsday?
I write for them a bit.
What?
We
I
just
thought
started,
that was just
yeah.
you. I thought
I'm starting to bring in other people because I'm too slow.
Oh,
putting
I
stuff
see.
up myself.
I see. Okay.
And I have to finish. Yeah.
Do you say here we? What brings you out here? Do you wanna...
What brings me out here? The fact that everybody is here. So.
Yeah. And the fact that
Gravity, apparently.
Gravity, yes.
And the fact that I paid for his ticket.
That helped.
Oh,
that helps.
So it's like a date.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
Good for you
actually.
guys.
He's gonna write up something for us.
All right.
Based on that. So.
And we have Don from GameNorth.
Hello.
Don, don't you want to talk a little bit, like introduce yourself?
Oh yeah, well I'm Don from GameNorth, editor there. We do cover news, previews, gaming, also the Toronto gaming scene, much like Toronto Thumbs. But
Cool. But in a northerly, gamerly kind of way.
yeah, we focus more on Canadian stuff, I think.
There you go. And Richard from GameNorth grew his hair back somehow.
And Don
yeah,
lost it.
and
And Don lost his. So what's that about?
It's-
Is the hair sort of a rank at GameNorth? Did you got promoted, so you had to pass the hair down to the next guy?
yeah, well we used to both not have hair, so you know,
What?
we were just
laughing.
Dana does not know what's going on here.
I
She's-
really don't.
Yeah, Dana has actually slept now.
And I had like a lot of coffee.
Chris, there's Chris from Cappy Games,
Hello.
and there he goes. You're very hyper. You.
Very hyper.
So
I also need to go to the bathroom at some point, but
Dana, tell us about yourself.
It's exactly the sort of thing
what do you want me to do?
Tell us about yourself.
What do you do?
I'm just here.
You're just here.
No, I don't. Well,
Well, she tries to play, but really she's
you
just
might have
getting.
seen me, like, trying to put out a whole town fire with one bucket recently.
So you're a persistent person.
I'm very
But
persistent.
what was the event? There was an event,
It was for Halloween.
Halloween event.
Yes.
And hey,
She recently attacked me with a knife in a knife fight.
I did.
what?
So yeah, it's pretty intense.
I'm going to be interested in seeing how many people this video can make throw up with my bad camera work.
Yeah, really.
Here, and
Want to pass it around?
yeah, pass it around. Here, I'm Sean.
Okay, what are we talking
I
about?
like how you start introducing yourself.
I'm Sean. That's it.
Worst cameraman
That's it.
ever.
I had to talk here at GameCamp. So let's talk about what we've seen at GamerCamp, I guess, and what we like.
Would you like to start?
Sure. I saw a lot of fun talks yesterday, and I really enjoyed the Sword and Sorcery EP talk that the guys from Cappy did, Super Brothers, Chris, who just ran by, and Jim Guthrie. It was a really good talk to start off the day. And then the end talk of the day was Matthew Kumar talking about games journalism and likening it to a house covered in shit.
And
he's there
as-
with this tiny squeegee,
Yeah.
squeeging it. So
And
that
as
was pretty fun.
people that might be considered games journalists, because we all kind of write about games in a somewhat journalistic way, What do you think about that?
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It was great.
Do you believe what he was saying is true?
Sure. Yes, I do
Yeah.
believe that
And
what he's
you-
saying is true.
Sean believes everything.
I also believe the moon is made out of cheese. But no, yeah, I do believe what he said is true because I feel that way as well about certain game sites. Basically, all the sites that you write for are terrible sites. You should be ashamed of yourselves.
You know, we got to keep up with the ad revenue that
We do.
all the ads we get.
Everyone here makes so much money from writing about games, I guess.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
So much.
I just swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I flew here in my Ferrari Learjet.
I basically
That's like
Awesome. So awesome.
Reason yeah.
Your
the reason
Ferrari.
I
This
get
shirt, this shirt cost me so much money. It's unbelievable.
that shirt.
So any other thoughts on Matthew's rant yesterday?
I totally agree. Like, I don't even read the big sites mainly due to that. Just,
No, unless they post our articles.
well, yeah. if you say, hey, joystick link to our site, our article, yeah, I'll click
Which
it.
did happen, right?
But no,
recently?
like
Which did happen.
I just do probably what I think. The thing with his talk is I'm not sure if that is what.
Oh, civilians.
Civilians,
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
welcome.
Go ahead, shoot me. I don't care.
Is that I'm not sure.
ANC Games, yay! Yeah, you should all watching this go to what is it, Spadina, south of Bloor,
Yes.
and buy games from ANC Games.
Everything from Atari now.
Yeah, everything from Atari and up. Sorry, continue.
So,
Nice to see you.
I just think I'm not sure if they're really like the big sites are adapting to the way people want to have always wanted to read. I guess like I don't know too many people who read a magazine front to back anymore. I guess so maybe there's. I still talk with them. Okay, I don't have to see them.
This is why the corner nook would have been nice, right?
Oh.
But, so I'm sure that's what they're tailoring to, and that's how they've kind of evolved. But that's not really what I like to see either. So.
Other thoughts? You guys?
I wasn't there.
You wasn't there?
But I agree with everything that everybody says.
Okay.
Pretty much. I mean,
Put Eric on the screen.
So it's like
Look how pretty he is.
it's hard
That
to say.
smile.
It's like, is it that they aren't giving people what they want to read, or that's what they're getting their advertising money for? So I don't know. It's where it's do you blame the sites or do you blame the people reading them, or both? Probably both.
Well, you get into a sticky situation of alienating your readers
Exactly.
by blaming them for everything, or talking down to them,
Well,
saying that you are,
It's true.
you know,
I mean,
inferior for liking certain things.
it is kind of that fine line, especially because theoretically the point of running a site is to entertain people to a certain extent, as well as educate them.
I just run our site to talk down to people. That's all.
Well, okay. People are like
Jerks.
I'm a random guy on Xbox Live.
Yeah. Dana, thoughts?
Thoughts on his talk? Dana was pretty tired, actually.
I was. I
The talk.
asked Sean. I pretty much slept through the whole thing.
She slept on my shoulder.
No, I found him very, very entertaining.
It was kind of neat.
It was. I kept asking him, "What's going on? What is this?"
Do you think there might have been any element of contradiction by starting off by saying that games criticism is like a vitriol or toilet or whatever, and then saying be positive at the end?
That's
I mean, the whole premise is like we would all love to see, you know, really deep, meaningful thoughts from all the sites we write for, but at the same time, we still, I know I certainly do, are doing something like to a certain extent, some of the things he's talking about, where it's like blogging, you are always kind of looking for content. It's like the idea that you're always supposed to have more content,
Yeah.
and so it's like sometimes you look at a story and you keep going, and there's a lot of it is news, or at least relevant to somebody, because
You have to sign a release form.
there's so many types of games, and not so people read different things that you post about, but at the same time, you're always looking for more. It's like the 24-hour news cycle. Once you're caught up in it, it's hard to break out, even if you'd
Yeah.
like to.
Especially when you don't have a lot of people, right? When you only have a couple of people covering
Yeah,
stuff.
sure, yeah.
Right? You're at the mercy of whatever it is you can cover and how much time you can spend on each, like how much time do you spend on each thing to give it a meaningful dialogue, right? Whereas, like, I know we try and write stuff to start a dialogue. That's sort of our MO. We're a non-numbers gaming blog.
A non-PR kind of
Yeah.
retread thing. Yeah. That's certainly admirable, but it might not be profitable, and that, you know,
Yeah.
those
Well,
two
that's-
things coming into conflict is what I think gets the situation we're in.
Yeah, well, like we try to cater to both, right? Like we know people are going to, if you're a grandma looking to see to check if this game is going to be good as a gift for your grandson. Like, you're not gonna sit there and care about what we talk about, the elements of gameplay.
Some grandma reading about God of War 3.
Yeah, so it's basically, is this game good?
It's the coolest grandma ever. That's what it is.
We'll give the scores, but we do try to think intelligently about the game, and we're not like just goofing off, like trying to read people for no reason or anything like that. Just think intelligently about why people did things.
Does anyone want to take over the camera?
Yeah,
I'll take it back.
yeah. We should ask you about the what you saw interesting about gaming culture then.
I want to talk about the event as gaming culture, because this is great, right? And in terms of Toronto gaming culture in general too. Fan Expo is great, but it's got a lot of multiple focuses, right? And gaming was sort of pushed to the side. There was maybe 3 panels at Fan Expo that actually dealt with gaming.
Yeah.
I mean, though the EP stuff is great, and I'm just kissing.
You want to kiss one?
Yeah, yeah, and Victor Lucas has great hair.
Not as good as Shaun Hatton.
All Shaun Hattons.
Yeah, and there are other conferences around Toronto that are great if you're a developer or great if you're a business person working in games. But in terms of fans or enthusiasts that just want to learn about the process, want to experience the culture, come together and meet people that are interested in the things you're interested in, and be able to meet them kind of eye to eye the first time. We went out for lunch to the restaurant, and there was a couple guys from GamerCamp there, and we just sort of waved over and said, "Yeah, GamerCamp, rock on!" and asked them what they were playing, and the conversation.
Actually, he did.
I did, yeah.
We were trying to eat.
Yeah.
But
He wasn't with us.
it's anyway. I think this sort of event really gets a point across that these are gaming in general and games as entities are cultural forms. What we do with them is an expression of culture that is meaningful for our individual lives. That shapes who we are as people. That affects our connections with the people we associate with, how we spend our time, how we even present ourselves in a lot of ways. And yeah, so it's great to see these kind of expressions happening, blow up from last year to this year. I was not last year, unfortunately, but I hear that it's much bigger this year. It's going to get bigger because I've talked to Jamie and Mark about future plans a little bit, and they've hinted at a few things, and so this will likely be an annual event.
Skydome.
Yeah, exactly, Skydome.
The whole city.
And if they can keep it enthusiast focused, if they can keep, I think, industry from getting too involved to the point where it becomes another marketing show or it becomes another, GDC or something. I mean, those things are great, and I'd like them to be involved, but I would not like. I'd like it to be more PAX-like than, say, GDC and E3 and all that stuff. Those things are great, but they exist, and we can do our thing there.
You need both.
Yeah, exactly.
You realistically.
Well, and you walk around here today, and they've got all these games set up, and that really didn't happen yesterday. It was kind of, we sat and there were some great presentations and some great demos, but it was kind of hands off. And today it's much more, people are they're having, the competitions, where they had the Mortal Kombat 2 contest that I believe Shaun took home a prize for.
Look, I took home this prize here. It's a really fancy bag.
Holding up the building.
It's 2 bags, and
I'm part of the prize, by the way.
you are quite the prize.
Please don't.
So
I have been drinking.
So yeah, so I won that and a Mortal Kombat novel. One thing that I really liked about one thing that I like about the event here today is that there's different panels happening around different parts of this
Hey, you were speaking
this
at
wing
one
of
of
the
those,
school.
yeah,
I did a talk. But one thing that I really like is that it is very PAX-like in the sense that there are lots of things that you can check out. You don't have to there's no set route to enjoy the day. You don't have to go to A, B, C, D. You can go to A, E, whatever. Do whatever you want. And what's
Picking the brain in the Animaniacs.
yeah, picking the brain Animaniacs on the screen there outside.
While you're eating fruit.
And yeah, oops.
Yeah.
Terrible cereal. I hate sugary cereal.
I tried honeycomb mixed with Nesquik Nestle chocolate, and it was a great combination. I've never had that before. I would recommend it. Anyone out there? Sponsorship, if General Mills or whoever wants to get involved. Yeah, Honeycomb.
He's never having Bailey.
First of all, Honeycomb is Post.
Is it Post?
And Nestle is handled by General Mills because there's like the quick cereal. One thing I will
but
say
Nestle's
is
its own company superstar. It's the second
yeah,
time
so-
you guys have walked by.
yeah, it's like Cynthia, what's going on?
Podcast?
They're ignoring us now. So one thing that I like about, or not like, but I worked with General Mills on a project in the past,
Yeah.
and several,
Want me
and
to
a
take
dude
over?
from. No, I think it's pretty good. Like, is it okay? Like,
Oh
you
yeah,
can see-
you've done this before.
yeah. So a guy from General Mills was basically saying that his cereal's cool because it's like kids are getting to eat candy for breakfast, and I just thought, like, dude, you're evil.
Really?
That's an evil thing to
Well, it
say.
is true. This is why Lucky Charms are always better for dessert.
Yeah, they're so sugary. Like I tried to get Lucky Charms recently. I'll just pan around to everybody, see your reactions. Yeah, and they were too sweet. But let's talk more about GamerCamp. So how do you see it?
I thought we were actually.
This is like a thumbs cast.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Oh, if I'm involved, I'm going to go on tangents. Is what we've learned.
That's fine.
Brady knows this a little too well.
I'm on that train.
Yeah. So, what did you like about, or what do you see as the future of GamerCamp? Like, what do you want to see here that you haven't seen here yet?
Oh God, disco lights. Yeah, maybe Dance Central,
Apparently
Dance Off,
sugary cereal.
I think they have that actually.
Open Bar.
I think they have the Dance Central dance.
They do.
Don't need
Dance Central.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think just a shot of Bailey's for you for the day is good. So
Yeah.
But you had a shot of Bailey's.
This is
We
not.
only had a shot of Bailey's.
You're
I had
wasted.
half a shot of it.
Yeah.
You're wasted.
And you know what? I even drank some of his shot of Bailey's.
Oh,
I
that
think I
explains
could
a
drink one
lot,
at the table.
too.
Yeah, I think I could outdrink him.
You probably
I really
can.
could.
Considering he would
And
die.
I only weigh like 100 pounds, and he's probably a lot. You don't look like you weigh a whole lot, but you know,
ouch. So
definitely.
I'll drink you
outdrink
and
know,
make
yeah.
fun of your weight.
It's great for emasculating too, so that's
Sorry.
fine. That's fine. No, I'm used to it.
Because that makes it all better.
Yeah.
So for all the talks that we're missing today, we could catch them online. Did you guys know that?
I did.
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
That was made pointedly clear several times.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Except
we
yours,
got
there's
half of
a little section that is only
half.
for the people in that room.
Exclusive.
It's like, we're gonna get reindeer taste, but not deer taste on the
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, that's for the best, I think. Really. So, George,
What would you do?
Yes.
Sorry,
next year, what would you want to see here?
I don't know. I mean, this is my first gamer camp, and I quite enjoyed it. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to both days. But I mean, the presentations I saw today were good, especially yours. Yours was the best. But yeah, no, I think it's fantastic. Maybe I like the maybe a little bit better organization in terms of like recording the presentations. But I mean, that just looks like a glitch for this year. So.
It wasn't a horrible glitch.
No, it's not bad at all. I mean, and we all share thoughts and stuff anyway, so it's not like we're gonna really miss it.
Yeah.
I guess if I was gonna say anything, where it's like I've been really like the past few hours, I'm walking around trying the arcade consoles they have set up with like Toronto Thumbs indie games, and it's like, but I'd also like to be going to all these conversations.
He just said Toronto Thumbs indie games.
yeah.
It's Torontron.
Anti Society. Wow, that's gonna look bad.
Thanks, man. It makes me look good.
Look, what can I say?
Plug.
But it'd be nice to be able to do a little bit more of both, where it's like it feels like you're on about a tight schedule a little bit, where like you want to see all the talks and there's some really good talks going on, but then you're missing out on the games that they have set up, and you're not really. Like, it's really nice to just go around and mix and match and just try out what's there for people to play. And so I guess maybe a little more time with some of the stuff to like.
Media day.
Yeah,
at
exactly.
GamerCamp.
Something
Yeah,
like
but
that.
then you might
Not even necessarily media day.
Then
Just
no one would pay to come here because everyone would just be like, I got a blog. Here's
Not even
media
day.
credit.
it's just. Like it's very, now it feels a bit more like camp, where it's just kind of you've got all the activities you can do,
Yeah.
and like for example, yesterday it didn't feel too much like camp, so I guess just a bit more of that.
So you like the camp?
I do like the
Camp feel, yes.
I also agree that there probably needs to be more time. Probably not. Can't make the event go earlier. We are gamers, so we probably don't wake up very early. Well, I wake up very early because I can't.
Maybe we can just go later.
But yeah, it should probably go late. I would like to see it go longer. You know, the community is clearly growing, and you know, there's gonna be more interest. I hope they I hope they, keep the indie focus as well. Like, just, we have a great indie gaming scene here in Toronto, and I hope they give them, they just don't overwhelm us with people from Ubisoft and stuff like that, because, they have their events, we go to the Sony events and everything, and that's all the big ones, so I hope they keep that.
So keep it indie.
Yeah,
cool.
Keep it
Dana, any wish items for next year?
Going along the camp idea, I guess s'mores would be nice.
So fires? It's good.
Fires.
Fire and s'mores.
That's good.
And then more like independent studios, I guess, being here would have been nice. Kind of like, you suggested, you said that you were surprised that, Frozen North wasn't here. It would have been nice if they had come out for that. That would have been really cool.
Some of them are here.
They are.
Julian from Frozen North, I saw.
Don't be pessimists. The glass is half full.
But yeah, this is my first GamerCamp too, and honestly, I liked it. So I wouldn't change too much except for the organization. So it's just me.
Yeah. I guess the one thing I would change is have the talks have 10 or 15-minute buffers between them, so people can clear out of the room, and then the next people can get in.
Yeah,
so that way, if something goes a little over, like if people are rambly, like I was, that I guess there's room for Q&A after. Or I guess one of the cool things is that no one really moderates the talks. Like everyone who's presenting is basically they're left to their own devices to come up with their presentation and make sure it all works. So that is kind of cool. But maybe a guideline of talk for this long and then do Q&A for the rest of the time. So,
Can I give a serious answer to the question? Because
Sure.
I'm kind of joking. Yeah, my approach to games and gaming is coming from sort of an academic and culturally focused approach. And there was actually a couple of panels here that brought in people that Emma Westcott, who works at OCAD, who's a game designer but also done some game theory stuff, and a guy from National Games Museum out of the States from Rochester named JP Dyson that I would Google and find because they're doing some really neat stuff. Apparently, I did an interview with them. There and sort of bring in different perspectives. So the problem with a lot of academic work on games is that they only talk to academics, right? And it's keeping in that that one circle, which is a small circle in Canada anyway, and even within larger North America and Europe, it's not a very big space. I would love it if enthusiasts of games were welcomed into the academic stuff, and the academic stuff was welcomed into the developer stuff a little bit more, and there was this big mishmash where all these ideas could come together, and that's part of what Till Doomsday does, and
I think you should do a talk.
Well, I would love to if they ask me to. I think that would be really helpful too, and I mean you have to be careful because a lot of academics are talk in certain ways that are hard to grasp onto because using big words and stuff. But
like you just used a whole bunch of big words.
Did I use big words?
No, I'm joking.
Yeah. So I'd like to talk about the ubiquity of Yeah.
The ubiquity of ubiquity.
Yeah. So that's something I'd like to see, but that might be just me. And if it doesn't gel with the overall focus, then certainly not something that needs to be done. But I can hopefully, bring those perspectives to any gamer event, and I can try to do that. So
cool. And do you guys think that there could be more than one GamerCamp a year?
Well, I know that Jamie and Mark have been hinting at different offshoot events that at least they did in an interview I did preview, so I don't know what their plans are, but I can see something happening where there's different events throughout the year. I would like that, enjoy it. Cool. GamerCamp Lite.
It all boils down to how sustainable the event is, right? Like a lot of us have regular jobs, and this is something that we do.
Speak for yourself.
Well, yeah.
We don't have cushion.
Yeah. If you would like to hire me.
Oh wait, that's right.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah, it's if the demand supports it, obviously it's something that could go over well. I think the demand would support it.
Oh yeah,
At least
for sure.
2 or 3 a year for sure.
And there could be different special focuses for each event or something. So.
It seems like there should be like that one gamer camp that really is like the main base, or as it were. Like that touchstone that keeps things going. But I mean, anybody who was watching the Mortal Kombat today, it's like anybody who says it's not a spectator sport. I don't think I've seen a crowd that loud in a while. Great that I haven't been to a Leafs game in a while, so.
Everybody's
They're all
usually
pretty
booing.
quiet, actually. They're all just crying, actually. That's what I do at home.
That's
That's where Kleenex makes most of its annual revenue. So, that's true. It's true.
But I just feel that there are potential offshoots, that like competitions, tournaments, that sort of thing, to keep just kind of the presence out there and bring these people together for something other than something that's fun, not necessarily for work, as it were.
Yeah, I think it's definitely viable. Maybe they could even think about having them in different cities, much like PAX. Montreal, Vancouver, they're all big game cities.
Brandon, Manitoba.
So yeah, Moosehead.
Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw, whatever. Who cares? Yeah, I'm sure all the 2 people living there will be really pissed off.
Oh, don't piss off Moose
Well,
Jaw.
they are now.
GameNorth's
Yeah, they
Moose
were
Jaw.
before.
Stats have
just dropped.
Yep.
Or they went way up.
Everybody else that hates
But
it.
yeah, no, I would definitely love to see more, definitely more competitions and stuff like that. Like more, maybe not even necessarily retro games. Could test our skills at like StarCraft.
Wow, that's a pretty big game to start up.
And why did that one come up exactly?
Might be because
Why did you get no sleep earlier this week?
yeah, StarCraft competitions.
Sprints off.
They just left in the
He
middle of the
just
video
totally
podcast.
left the video.
Brady, I don't know what he's doing. What's he doing? What's happening?
I'm bringing a vest over to be featured.
Oh yeah, Zen Rankin in his Mario vest.
He's on
Hey
the phone
Zen.
right now.
I'm on the phone with my wife now, who made this sweater vest.
Is everything okay?
DIY.
You're being interviewed, believe it or not.
Did you marry her before or after?
Before. Yeah, you are. I'm on a video podcast right now. And I'm being a total douchebag with being on the phone. Can I call you back? Okay. Love you too. Bye.
Zen Rankin loves Joanna Rankin.
Yes, I do. What can I say?
There we go. And that's the sweater vest that Love made.
Yes.
The infamous wrong directional Mario.
Ooh, that's a
That
collector's
the
item.
internet.
Like,
The internet complains.
screw the internet.
They got the pipe in the back.
Yeah, look at that.
I've got one like that too.
That's where pipes go.
Pipe in the back.
Motion people are going to.
Stop motion, people. Here we go.
Hello.
It's the real way to make videos.
I don't know what this guy's job is, but he doesn't seem to be using the camera. Oh, he's got the tripod. Oh, okay. Tripod usually goes on the camera. Not that I know. I don't.
Man, it's a good thing you're wearing your speed suit so you can get away with stuff like that.
I know. I could crap my pants and no one notices. Look at that.
You don't have a trap door?
Impressions on
It's like,
You don't have a trap door?
Impressions on GamerCamp have been, this thing is absolutely awesome. If you love games, if you even just like games, if you like wasting afternoons on games, and eating delicious food, and having great friends surrounding you at all times, please come, and cupcakes, and Onomonoguchi, and excellent times. That's all I gotta say. This has been an excellent time. I've had this much fun in a long time.
Same here.
Since I was a teenager, wasting my weekends away.
Were you there for the Mortal Kombat tournament?
No, I was playing Tetris at the time.
Oh, right,
But,
because you
I
have your
hear
Tetris tournament.
I hear Ben did exceptionally well.
He did.
Yes, he
Except
did.
he got beat
Since he got beat.
by Shaun.
Only 3 people were able to beat Ben,
Wow.
and I was
That's
one of them.
skill. He's got
So Tetris, how did that go for you?
I took a lot of people's school.
Was it Tetris school?
Yes, it was. Tetris 101. Ben Shannon's very good at Tetris, and he defeated me 1 out of 3 matches, I believe.
Wow.
So yes, it was very intense. Practiced for a month.
Wow. Did you practice specifically for this?
You can play
No,
through.
I've been playing Tetris
Play through.
forever, but
Go ahead, go through.
I'm playing Tetris forever, but it's now I gotta step up my game. I gotta defend my title as a good Tetris player.
There you go. I was a really good Tetris player, and then George is one of the friends who is really good at beating me.
Yeah.
George is great.
You were a good Street Fighter.
I was, and then I became terrible at Street Fighter as well.
Or I became better.
But that's the thing.
Thanks for playing that up.
With games, there's always someone better. You proclaim, yeah, I'm good. But then some guy comes in and is like, what's this? School, 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 and you're done. That's it.
Pinball
Take it to
wizard.
school. Exactly.
There
Exactly.
you go.
Well, of course, he's got
Sorry,
a school
fellas.
button on his controller, for God's sake. That's the
pressing the
edge.
school button.
There you go.
You'll win. You'll win.
Button controller.
internet gets.
Turbo.
Controllers.
Yes. It's but this has just been phenomenal.
So then
I
we
feel-
were.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Oh, we were talking about the possibility of having gamer camps in different cities across
Acton,
Canada,
Ontario.
or
Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw.
Jaw.
Yeah. What do you?
you know it. Oh shucks.
Would you like to get in on?
Everyone knows it's worth the drive to Acton.
What is your video podcast?
Where else are you having it? Acton, what? Doing Ajax, Ontario. That's where I live.
Yeah.
Mississauga.
Representing
Mississauga?
Manitowoc.
St. Catharines. St. Catharines.
Can I give a shout out to Northern Ontario? Manitowoc, Wawa, Marathon. That's my hood. That's my hood. Yeah.
Yeah, where exactly?
Wawa, Big Goose. White River in the house. Winnie the Pooh is from White River. Yeah, story. The only place I could access video games when I was young was the Sears catalog. Wow. And because you could only really order games out of the Sears catalog at Christmas time, I would conspire with my friends to make sure we didn't get the same game. So we would have more than one new game, and because you either swap around, right? And that culture of gaming up there was very, because unless someone went out of town, but it was like a 4.5-hour drive to Thunder Bay, and even then, I was too young to have money, so we couldn't go get a game then. So yeah, I was sitting around with a group of friends with like the Sears wish book on the ground, conspiring about which game, who would get what, so we can swap around.
So
And then,
he's saying genius, and there's a big G right beside Brady's head.
Yes,
Yeah, man.
exactly.
G is for
We
genius.
did it slightly differently. We did it with game rentals.
Oh, yeah,
So
see,
we
that-
conspired to pool at different times our allowances, get certain games. We had them on a schedule.
Yeah.
Invited all the kids over.
Yeah.
Then we just settled with Mario Kart at a certain point. You know
There was
how it
one
is.
kid who
good
always
game
got
to
that
settle
game
on.
that could be finished in half an hour. So it's like, oh God, why did I get this one?
Why did I get Chippendale's Rescue
Yeah.
Rangers?
It's like, why did I get Home Alone 2 for SNES? Now, yeah.
Easy and dumb. Yeah. So there were some misses.
Yeah.
There's the winners.
But one
there were
kid
some
got
misses.
Blades of Steel, so you could go over to his house and rock out some hockey and
And you could play
get penalized
Gradius
for
in
losing
the
fights.
Gradius after one of the periods. Isn't that like on the scoreboard?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
And of course, those kids' popularity was then based on how
Yeah, of
successful
course.
the
This
game
is
was.
the
it's
culture
How
of
successful
gaming.
the game was in bringing everyone together.
Yeah, to that kid's house to hang out with the kid, or was
Yeah.
it just to play?
And his
the
little
game?
brother who didn't smell very good, but you went anyway because they had Blades of Steel.
Yeah.
I think that's only in your hood.
Okay.
Everyone smells fabulous more.
No.
Everyone smells fabulous. in it.
Can I ask you a question though related to what you said about bringing back those memories of like wasting your weekends?
Yes.
Do you think this kind of event would be the same for someone who was like 14, 15, 16 years old? Or is it nostalgia that's kind of making this event a big deal? Because obviously there's a lot of nostalgia behind this event. The retro breakfast, the old game machine setup, the retrofitted arcade machines, Mark and Jamie, the organizers of this event, being big on retro gaming and stuff. So would this kind of event be beneficial to someone who is just getting into gaming? Or is it only for us who are like, 25 to 35 years old kind of
Let's do a quick yes no.
I think I can't do a quick yes no. Games are for everyone. Games are supposed to be fun, right? I don't know. I think there is something here for everyone. You got the arcades, you got the classic games, you got young and old, right? From what I've seen, mainly old, but it's games. What can you say, right? Give the kids a chance to play the old games. Get the classic Tetris players a chance at new GoldenEye and get taken to school. That's what it's all about. It's about having a good time, competition, camaraderie. It's not about the games themselves. It's about the people playing the games and the friends you make, right? And conspiring to play all the different games you can. Yeah, man, it brings people together.
Good
That's what it's all
answer.
about.
Just a quick yes or no?
No, you could talk.
I can talk.
You could talk more.
No.
Thank you.
I'll talk for you.
Yes. Though if there was one in London, I probably wouldn't go to it. I'd come to this one.
Really? Why is that?
I don't like London.
No love for London.
Wow. Hey, she doesn't write for Toronto Thumbs at all.
No.
It's all you.
I don't know. I like Toronto, so I would definitely come out here. But yeah, it could work in other places. Sure, why not? That's really all I have to add.
do you think that do you think GamerCamp is more for people who grew up playing games and are nostalgic about it?
No, I'm
or
gonna
is
go
it
with
for-
like everybody, just everybody.
Yeah.
It's very accessible these days.
Good answer.
I definitely think it's for everyone. I think it's hard for new players or people getting into the industry to know about indie games, especially. Like, you know, you get all the presses on Black Ops and all the big games, but I think they'll have a great time coming down here. And kind of a lot of these indie games are the essence of gaming. All they care about is, you know, a lot of them are like high score games and stuff like that, stuff you play on the phone, or, you know, how many you know, Flash games are kind of like that. So, and it's just all about fun. So, I think in advertising it, Mark and Jamie could certainly work towards appealing to the younger crowd. But I think it's for everyone, and everyone should come down for sure.
Yeah. To add to that, I mean, if you look at a lot of what the panels have been, for example, there's been a lot of very forward-thinking stuff. It's like, you know, how do you make game writing better and game narratives better? How do you make game writing better? The Matthew Kumar's talk yesterday. So I mean, it was stuff that's still current and moving forward, not all just looking at the past. And there is also the same thing of some people could stand to study the history of games, and because I mean, if anybody's ever been in a game store and heard somebody just bashing something that was an N64 game, oh, I can't believe people used to play this. And that's because I've actually seen that happen.
Did you defend it?
Yeah. Somehow doing that probably would have gotten me kicked out of the store as well, so no. So there's definitely, there should be some kind of, like, these aren't things we should forget about. At the same time, yeah, there could be a bit more done to bring in the younger crowd, because it's not, I mean, nostalgia can only last for so long, because eventually people who remember that aren't going to be around anymore. Going back to the other panel about taking the Matthew Kumar panel, but we're all eventually going to run out of beads eventually. So it is. I think the community is a little bit in flux right now, where you do have a really well-established old guard that loves that nostalgia, those older games, and there is a younger generation coming that's just grown up with the next-gen consoles pretty much, or relatively. So, I don't know, that said, I mean, Mortal Kombat 2 still looks like a whole hell of a lot of fun, so... Why is the camera getting closer?
Letting people pass.
That's very compelling. That's why.
This man kissing you.
Hey, mouth kisses.
Wow, that was awkward.
That was awesome.
That's what it was. Yeah.
How did his mustache feel?
Kind of hard to tell through the lens, but
Girls want to know.
but it has been very, very entertaining, and it is kind of, it's not necessarily nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. It's like nostalgia to remember what was good about it, and at the same time what we can do better about it as well. So I think that kind of focus, where it's remembering it because there were some great things in the past, but also then how you can build on that for the future.
Cool.
Bravo.
George?
Well, you and I have spoken about this before, but like Rock Band and Guitar Hero are the classic examples of how you can involve, like, we have like 9-year-old kids running around singing songs that we grew up with when we were kids, right? So that's a big bridge builder there. But Jordan Mechner at a talk in Intent talked about how, you know, there could be some kid, you know, in his room coding the next big game and no one will ever know. Or maybe he's just on the cusp of finishing something, but he doesn't know how to get past like a roadblock. I think kids like that would come to this event could be inspired to like push their game up even further. So yeah, invite them all. Invite them all! Do it!
Yeah. More kids?
Hulkamania!
Hulkamania, there you go.
Brown Hulkamania.
I think, I think we could definitely have, how's that looking?
You're good, you're good.
Yeah?
I'll hold it.
Sure. So I think involving younger people would be cool. Maybe having you're already in this video. Such a weirdo.
You need to learn how to photobomb better.
I think having maybe some talks that are more geared towards like people who are just getting into the industry would be good. I mean, a lot of this stuff is really awesome stuff. Like if you want to learn how to do a certain thing, you can go to a talk and basically learn about that.
that, but maybe some entry-level kind of stuff would benefit that. And then also for the younger generation, I guess having like a talk on teabagging etiquette in games, you know, or spawn killing in games, or not being a jerk online.
Xbox.
That's a whole other camp, my son.
That'd be a good talk. I mean, I think most people over here though.
Don't be an ass camp.
Yeah, I think most people over here though are not of that mentality. So I think definitely GamerCamp's going to get huge in the next few years, and we'll have to have it at Skydome, because that's what I'm going to call it. I know what it's really called, but it's called Skydome in my heart.
Skydome in my heart.
Yeah.
Ted Rogers' house. I assume that's where he lives.
It's happening. I heard your show was awesome. I'm sorry I missed it.
That's right, I just interrupted something.
No, that's.
I didn't realize we were
You can't escape.
Anamanaguchi shows up and video bombs the right way. This guy.
That's how it's done, Brady. That's how it's
I
done.
wasn't sure.
I didn't realize that camera is so small. I didn't even know.
Yeah,
it was
don't
around.
worry about it.
I just saw your pretty face and I was like, I know that guy.
Are you guys gonna kiss now? Because he already did that.
No,
with
we're
him.
not gonna kiss.
I know that's
Not kissing.
Next time, next year.
So yeah, welcome back to town. It's awesome high five.
Yes.
And yeah, sorry I missed your show yesterday, but Zen saw it. Zen caught it.
That's the guy right there.
Sweater.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to meet you again.
Double meeting.
Double meeting.
There we go.
Oh wait, what's going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
podcast.
We're just videotaping us shooting the shit, but it's getting on in minutes. We're like 41 minutes
This is
in.
starting to turn into a thumbs
41 minutes. If you're still watching this, like,
It was
I
worth
hope
it
that you
now
have
just
a
to
bowl of
see
cereal.
That's in a lunch hour.
Anamanaguchi's cameo in.
Oh, dude, dude, there they go. Oh, there they. Oh, dude, there they go.
Oh man. Oh.
Amazing.
Bup, bup. Here we go.
Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to my podcast.
There we go.
Plug it in and plug something.
Okay, we're done now.
And that's it. I think welcome to the podcast and then end it. All right. Thanks for watching.